Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to introduce 3 new Waypoint colors and compare them to some of your old favorites. All of the Waypoint leathers have a high oil content and are very durable. They have a lot of texture variations, so you may notice a range of pebbled and smooth textures. They have a flexible, soft hand, and they'll wrap around your inserts really easily without needing to be broken in. I'm going to show you guys all of these colors together, and then we'll go through them individually and talk a little bit more about their characteristics. So first we have Grand Canyon, which is a really pretty light brown. Next we have Denali, and this is a really rich dark brown. And finally we have Sequoia, which is a dark green. So first we're going to take a look at Grand Canyon. This is the lightest color that we're offering in the Waypoint collection currently. This is a really gorgeous light brown, and you'll notice matching stitching and a brown elastic on the notebook. And I know a lot of you guys come to the Waypoint collection for the gorgeous pull-ups, so you can kind of see when the leather is stretched and folded, it reveals this really pretty tan underneath. And of course you'll notice some areas that have some larger pebbles and some areas that are smooth. It really just depends on the area of the hide that your notebook comes from. And next we'll look at Denali. This is a really gorgeous, rich, dark brown, and the pull-up on this leather is more of a medium brown. Here's a little bit closer so you guys can see that. Really beautiful pull-up that comes when you flex and bend the leather. And if your notebook cover comes and it's smooth and just this really even tone like this, and you want more of a pull-up effect, you can take the cover and just bend and squeeze it a little bit, and that'll reveal the pull-up underneath. And that might fade a little bit with time, but eventually it'll develop a really nice patina and your notebook will be really unique. Next we have Sequoia. This is a gorgeous dark green color, and the pull-up that's revealed underneath is a really pretty lighter green shade. So you can see that when the leather's bent, it really lightens up and adds a whole new dimension to the notebook. And the backside of this leather is gorgeous as well. It's a lighter green color, and it's really gorgeous and kind of a grassy tone on the back. And on this notebook, you'll notice matching stitching and a black elastic. These new colors are going to be released in several Traveler's Notebook designs. We're going to release the Cascade, Folio, number 7, Cascade Folio, and the weekly calendar. And I'll give you guys just a quick look at what these look like. This is the Folio in Grand Canyon. And you can kind of see the underside of this leather is a really pretty orangey tan. And you can see some little markings and patina developing on the backside of this leather as well. And this is the Cascade Weekly Folio in Denali. And so we've got our Cascade pockets here on the side. This fits the Hobonichi Weeks planner, and we've got our removable pen loop on the back. And you'll notice that the edges are burnished, so they've got a pretty smooth texture, but it'll kind of reveal the lighter side of the leather on the edges as well. And last but not least, this is Sequoia in the number 7 style. So we've got our pockets here, another pocket on the back, removable pen loop. And if you can see, there's some lighter green markings that are showing up right on the back here. Super pretty, and it's already starting to take on some of its own personality. We are also restocking several of our bag designs in the new Waypoint colors, and you'll see those on the website, but real quick, I just wanted to show you guys the variation in texture on these simple pouches. This is the simple pouch in Grand Canyon. This one happens to be really smooth on the front and then have some pebbles on the back. And that compares to this really pretty marbled sort of feeling that you have on the front side of this Denali simple pouch. There's lots of striations and some more visible texture on this piece. And the back just so happens to be smooth. And this is a really pretty option. This is the Sequoia in the simple pouch. This has a really nice blend of pebbles, both on the front and the back. So a little bit more of a consistent texture on this one, but each piece is going to be different. Next, I wanted to show you guys the difference between our new leathers and some of the original Waypoint colors that we offered. So again, this is Grand Canyon, this is Denali, and this is Sequoia. And pulling in one of our old Waypoint colors that is still available on the website, this is Quiet Tan. So it does come in a range of different brown shades. It's that original Waypoint buttery, oily, super soft leather. And it's a little bit lighter than Denali, but quite a bit darker than Grand Canyon. So it's a medium brown, and it's a little bit in between these two shades. And then next we have Open Road, which we're going to have restocked. This is a really gorgeous gray tan color with the lighter color stitching around the perimeter. This color is more of a gray tone, so it stands by itself, but here is all of the Waypoint colors for comparison. Again, this is Grand Canyon, Quiet Tan, Denali, Open Road, and Sequoia. Here we have Grand Canyon and Denali compared with creme brulee and creme chocolate. So these creme leathers are going to be quite a bit thicker compared to the Waypoints, which are a lot more flexible. And in terms of color, creme brulee has a little bit more of a red tone than Grand Canyon, and creme chocolate is just a little bit lighter than Denali. The Austin leathers are a little bit more structured than the Waypoint leathers, so you'll notice that they are a little bit more stiff, and it'll take a little bit of time for them to wrap around your inserts, whereas the Waypoint leathers are super smooth, super flexible, and those will wrap around your inserts easily right off the bat. Denali is quite a bit darker than Bennett, and Darcy is lighter than Grand Canyon. Compared to the Express collection from earlier this year, Atlantic is in the same color family as Grand Canyon, and Pacific is in the same color family as Denali, but these leathers have quite a bit more texture in terms of that marbled surface that you'll see right off the bat, and the Waypoint leathers have a more consistent surface until you activate that pull-up technique. Here we have the Callahan Collection. This is a really nice range of browns here, and Denali is quite a bit darker than all of them, whereas Grand Canyon is on the lighter end of this brown range. All of the Callahan Collection leathers are smooth in terms of the surface, whereas the Waypoint leathers have a little bit more texture right off the bat. Next we have the Artist Collection. Leathers from the Artist Collection are quite a bit more floppy, And the Waypoint leathers have a little bit more structure to them, although they're pretty flexible as well. The Artist Collection leathers also have quite a bit more shine and reflective quality to them, and the Waypoint leathers are a little bit more matte in comparison. These leathers are from the Enchanted Woods collection, and you'll notice that Eastwood and Grand Canyon are in the same color family, and Evanwood and Denali are in the same dark brown color family. However, the Enchanted Woods collection leathers are quite a bit more smooth to the surface and also more shiny and reflective than the Waypoint leathers. Next we have the Maverick Leathers. These leathers are quite a bit more firm and structured than Waypoint, which is a lot more flexible right off the bat. And the Maverick leathers don't really scratch up so easily, but the Waypoint leathers will have a little bit more of a sensitive surface. These leathers are also quite a bit more thick, and Waypoint is a lot more flexible. These leathers are from the Pemberley collection. We have oak and honey, and these leathers are interesting because they have a really consistent pebbled surface, and you'll notice more variation on the Waypoint leathers. You'll see some areas of smooth and then pebbled, so there's more variation here compared to Pemberley that had pretty consistent pebbles throughout. The Pemberley leathers are also quite a bit more structured compared to the flexibility on the Waypoint leathers. We don't have quite as many green colors to compare for Sequoia, so we'll just run through a different range of greens that we've offered in the past. This is Glass, which is our lightest green. Hatta, which is the next lightest. Gastaldi from the Artist Collection. And Colonel Brandon from the Artist Collection. This one's a little bit more of an olive tone. And in the darker green range, we have Matcha from Tea House, Highland Green, Hollywood from the Enchanted Woods collection, and Hummingbird, which is kind of a teal color with some green undertones. Overall, Sequoia and Hollywood are the most similar in terms of color and pull-up. So if you're familiar with this leather, you'll see the lighter green pull-up coming up underneath, just like on Sequoia. And although Hollywood is a little bit shinier and has a smoother surface, these are both in the same color family. The new Waypoint colors will be released at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, July 26th.